I love this weather. So I'm in my car. Clearly you can see that I'm in my car. And I have been stressed. And I just kind of want to talk about it. And the reason I'm in my car is because there's a lot of like home renovation-y stuff going on at home. Specifically beside my room. So like I live with my mom and my mom's fiance and my younger brother. So there's 4 of us in the house. So there's some home renovations going on in my house right now. My mom and her fiance are just trying to finish the basement. And when we built the house, it was unfinished in the basement, by a lot. So my mom is very, very handy, and she's done lots of renovations in her life, and she's an amazing woman, and she's so good at like everything she does. So the thing is that to save money, she's been working on it pretty much on her own. And then more recently, she's been trying to get the plumbing and stuff done in the bathroom. So this bathroom is beside my room, and which is super fantastic. Before, when I didn't have the bathroom down, when there was no bathroom or toilet downstairs, I had to like walk all the way upstairs into the washroom. To most people, that may not sound like a big deal, but in the middle of the night, when I had to pee, I would always leak on my way upstairs. Or if I had to pee in the morning, like go to the washroom in the morning, I would always leak on my way upstairs. So that was always an issue. And it sucked. Anyway. But anyway, the bathroom isn't completed. There's a toilet, and then there's a working sink. So they're just trying to finish the rest of the bathroom with the shower and install that. And the plumbing guys came in a few weeks ago, and everything's done there, I think. So, and they're gonna put a kitchenette. Lots of things are happening. It's just loud, and I don't want to be downstairs. And I started off by saying I'm stressed. Well, I'm stressed because of work, but I'm also giving myself a reason to not film because it's loud. And that I typically say to myself, well, I need a chance to unwind after work and whatever on the weekends. And I usually film on the weekends when I have something to film about. But I've just been giving myself so many excuses not to film, and it's also been adding to my stress because I like to upload and I like filming and I like YouTube. So the fact that I'm not doing it is stressing me out, and it's become very frustrating. So I only want to talk about my stress just because I didn't know I was stressed, and it was weird because oh, by the way, drinking out of my Christmas Starbucks mug. It is my favorite. I don't typically drink hot coffee. I love my iced coffee. I like making it home, but today felt like I could just have a warm coffee. And it's snowing, and it's so pretty out. I'll show you. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you without killing my setup here. Look at how pretty it is outside. Ooh. Ooh. So, anyways, my last video, that was like 3 weeks ago. I wanted to make my next video, the follow-up video to that, or follow-up videos to that, and that has been stressing me out because I don't need to put so much stress on myself to make consecutive content. I'm doing it for no reason. Like, I want to upload, and that on top of what's been happening at work has just been too much. And so the reason I know it was too much was because I was starting to feel the effects of my stress in my body. The last time I had so much stress, it was last summer. I have proof. I went to my doctor and I was like, I haven't even gotten my period in 85 days. 85 days. Oh, it was a long time. And she was like, the first thing she said to me, she was like, are you stressed? And I was like, mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, well, go see one of the in-house therapists, and maybe you'll start to feel better because you need to talk about your stuff. And I was like, okay. And then 5 days after I saw her, or maybe it had been 80 days at that point, but 5 days after I saw her, after I realized I was stressed, I got my period. But it had been so long. It was such a long time. Like, I think it was from May or March till June or something like that. Like, I'll put up a picture or something. But so that was the last time I was like super stressed out and had to do with money. This time I'm super stressed out because I don't like to do things wrong at work. And there's just like a couple, like 2 or 3 little things that I did wrong. And I just want to correct them. And I've been postponing correcting them for some weird reason. I've just been like, okay, well, I've got other things to do. Things that require my time at work, like customers and clients that I see. Those are my day-to-day, everyday things. But the things that I've done wrong that I need to correct and like look into, I keep pushing aside and just being like stressing myself out. So the physical side effects of being that stressed out was that I felt like I was choking. I was going to upload a video last weekend, but I was so upset and so sick and tired of feeling like I was literally choking that I started crying last Sunday. I was so angry and like frustrated with why was I feeling like I was choking. And I didn't want to like annoy people. I just didn't want to like get people involved in my business that I didn't even know why I felt like this. Because the reason I thought I felt like this was because I've been seeing my chiropractor and more frequently recently, because another thing that happens when I get stressed out is I get like a lot of pain in my shoulder. Specifically my right shoulder. So my shoulder blade area tends to feel like there's a huge knot in it. And which there's always been like a huge knot in my shoulder, but like I just had like a really bad flare up, and I was like, I go see her when it hurts. The reason I go see a chiropractor instead of a massage therapist is because she's also she's like a mix between a chiro and a physiotherapist. So not only does she like and also my bones, my back needs adjusting too. So she does great work. But this pain in my shoulder, when it flares up, my whole back tends to flare up too. And I didn't know why it was happening. Like I never really thought anything of it. But I just like was like, oh, maybe I'll just go see, my chiropractor and see if she can fix it. And between the last time I saw her and like the 2 weeks till when I saw her this week, in the middle of that time frame, that's when I started to feel like I was choking. It was like 2 Tuesdays ago, because I remember specifically sitting at my desk at work, probably around the same time when I learned that I had something to fix, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to fix that right now. My throat, like just down here, started to feel like I was just choking on nothing. Like, when you get choked up and you have to cry? Well, that's how it felt. And I felt like I was just going to not specifically start bawling my eyes at any moment, but it just felt like there was something stuck in my throat. And I know I've talked about this before with taking pills, and that still stands. Like sometimes even if I take medication, it still feels like something's stuck in my throat. So I was too upset and stressed about it that I couldn't make a video about it, and I couldn't tell anyone about it because I thought it sounded stupid, and it still sounds stupid. But the point of this story is that I went to the doctor because my best friend and my colleagues are kind of feeling a couple colleagues, I didn't tell everyone, but kind of getting concerned. Mostly my best friend was concerned. She's like, if you're tired and like your throat hurts, I'm like, my throat doesn't hurt. The muscles in my throat hurt. She's like, well, it could be like mono or something. I'm like, but my throat doesn't hurt. The outside of my throat hurts. Or like something else. So I ended up calling on last Tuesday. I had a day off and I had my massage therapy appointment booked that day. And I was like so excited to go see my massage therapist. I was just like, I need her to like, just like punch my muscles in my back, and shoulders. And she actually did. She went very carefully. She didn't want to like aggravate them too much, which I appreciate. But, anyway, I booked a doctor's appointment that day, and I went to the doctor's clinic, and it wasn't my regular doctor. She was, busy. So I saw someone else in the clinic, and he said that he's had this kind of thing happen to him before. So I told him that, I think he asked if I was stressed. He ended up saying that he actually had this similar sensation of feeling like he was choking in his career or in his life. And he was like, yeah, it can happen because of stress. And so because he felt no like physical, like anything that he could notice, nothing was like lumpy or pronounced that concerned him enough to say that I had blah, blah, blah. But instead he was like, well, because I can't feel anything, I'd like you to go get like an ultrasound on your throat. And I was like, sure, sounds good. So I have that coming up on like Thursday night or something. But at this point, my throat started to feel like less stressed out and like less aggravated. So I'm like, well, I'll go do the ultrasound on my throat, but like they're not gonna find anything. I really hope not. But like after like telling him that, and of course, like last time when I told my doctor that I was stressed out, but like after telling him that, it started to feel much better. Because it felt better, I started thinking that it was like this stress at work, and that I should actually focus on doing that. Once I like took that in consideration, that it was work that was stressing me out and that was causing this weird like choking feeling, I felt so much more relaxed, and like I could go home, because it literally it has been on my mind. I still haven't fixed it, by the way. But it has been on my mind 24/7. Like that's how much I don't like making mistakes at work, because they're big. Like you work at a bank. I'm not going to tell you what they are. They're not that big, but like there's something I should have focused on when they first came up. Like because I have to like recall paperwork and stuff like that and whatever. And I'm just like, I should just do it. So talking about it helped. And then I could start to let it go, because I was holding on to it so much. Letting it go for when I'm not at work. Like those 8 hours, I shouldn't really be focusing on it while I'm at work anyway, until I have a free moment. But the rest of my day doesn't mean that I need to focus on it. Like so I had a meeting with my manager, my branch manager. And so I told her that I was starting to feel really stressed, and this was after Tuesday. I think our meeting was on Wednesday. And I told her that the stress was ruminating as like the feeling of being choked in my, like I felt like I was choking. And she was like, literally, don't do that. She's like, you don't need to kill yourself over a stupid deficiency like that. Like that's ridiculous. I don't want you feeling like you're choking at work because you did something wrong. She's like, I appreciate the fact that you know that you have something you need to fix. Like just do it. Like it's not that big of a deal. But it's been so stressful to me. And like I can handle being yelled at. I can handle people getting, well, so irate with me about money. Like people, banking and finances is like pretty sensitive stuff. I get it. I can handle the in the moment stuff. It's the stuff that like lingers behind the scenes that like, oh, you need to do that. Oh, don't forget about that. That's the stuff that really gets me. Like I take confrontation on really well, and I actually don't mind confrontation. Like if you have a problem with me, like tell me and I will fix it, or tell me and I will deal with it in person. I don't mind problems, but it's but it's like the little problems, and then they turn into big problems. So anyway, that's what's been going on, and it's been irritating. And I was like, but I can't upload a video, because the last video I was going to upload a video about continuing the story of how I was my whole life and how I've been trying to fix bedwetting my whole life. Like that was my mindset, that I had to do that only, and that no one would like want to listen to me talk about stress. So I'm doing better. And another thing was I uploaded this to Instagram. That's the word. Yeah. About my eyes, and I was also stressing about that was because I thought I had, well, I think I do have a small like hole at the back of my eye near my retina. My annual checkup turned into a follow-up with a specialist at the Ottawa Riverside Hospital to see if that hole was going to become something worse and if they had to do preventative surgery. So I looked up this preventative surgery to see what it entailed, and basically it said that they like put a bubble at the back of your eye to like make this seal it and make it go away. But in order for that bubble to like stay put, you need to lie face down for up to 3 weeks. And I was like, how do you do that? What? How is that possible? So no one told me that. Google told me that. So it's Google's fault. So I'm just like, that's just insane. You can't do that. How do you live? How do you eat? How do you shower? Like, I'm sure there's probably times where you're allowed to stand up or go somewhere. But oh my gosh, I can't imagine like lying down, and they're like, it's a grueling process, but if you want your eye to heal, you have to do it. And I was like, gah. So that was at the back of my mind too, that I had to like have this surgery, which I don't. But after going to the hospital and waiting with like these drops in my eyes, and I couldn't see. And eventually, when after like a couple hours, I got to see the doctor, and he looked in my eye, and he was like, "I think it's not that bad. We'll just do regular monitors on it every year or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, good, thanks." And I felt much better after that. It's just like, I need to know things. I've always told this to people, but I need to know all the details. Even at work, like if I don't know something, I don't know how I'm supposed to recommend it to someone. I know that makes sense to most people. Like, oh, of course, how could you recommend something that you know nothing about? But even when it comes to like stuff that you don't know, we have to refer to someone else. Even then, I don't know how to, I'm getting much better at it, by the way, but I didn't know how to like tell someone this, if you have this thing that you want to do with, let's say, buying a house or something, because I can't do a house for you or investments, but then you have to like refer them to someone else. But sometimes having that conversation was really difficult for me. I was like, I don't know why I should refer you to someone else. Like, I don't even know what the benefits are yet. And that's ridiculous. But that's the kind of person that I am. I need to know all the details and learn more than my job entails me to know in order to like make good recommendations, which is fair. I think some people probably feel the same way, but anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about the fact that I know I haven't uploaded, and I honestly think it's just me. I know I put a lot of undue pressure on myself to do things, especially even at work, and I stress out over things that don't need stressing. So, I don't know, I feel like I had more to say, but yeah, I'm gonna go home. Now that I've gotten this off my chest and I can go back to my house and edit this video and upload it, maybe people will feel the same about stress. I don't know. How does stress ruminate with you? Do you get physical, stressful attributes like I do? Like, I've never had that choking thing before. Have you had that before? Like, you literally feel like you're choking. Anyways, that's all. I'm gonna go. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a better day or better week than I am. And I will see you later. I don't know when I'm going to upload next. I don't know what I'm going to upload next, so just keep your eyes open, okay? Please subscribe if you haven't. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. You're great. Cheers. Tink. Okay, bye!